from Nisa Nashim, which is a Jewish and Muslim women's network. So we do a lot of intake work here. And these lovely people who are along with that,
Do be careful.
She wasn't know she should sign this.
from Nisa Nashim, which is a Jewish and Muslim women's network. So we do a lot of intake work here. And these lovely people who are along with that,
Do be careful.
She wasn't know she should sign this.
This is so sad. Hey, Shalom, Makim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, bro. I lift up the standard of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Real quick, this is bad wenching at its finest. This is in North London. You got this so-called black woman that basically just lost herself, bowing at the feet or kneeling at the feet of this damn devil by the name of Charles. I'm not going to call him King Charles because he's definitely not a king. Okay, they're not kings by far. If you look up the family crest of the Rothschilds and the Queen of England and all these other devils, you look up their family history and you see that they were nothing but slave owners and colonizers, and they've done a number on our people. Okay, they're responsible for a lot of the hunger, a lot of the food crisis. They're responsible for the diseases and the pestilence, and mainly the deplorable situations you Israelites are currently living in. And yet you got Aunt Jemima right here. She's basically having an orgasm at this devil's feet. I mean, he's even looking at her like, what the fuck is this chick doing? Like, what the fuck? You know? And this video came out, I want to say, probably last week sometime. I know a few brothers spoke on it, but a brother posted it in a group chat again. So I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and speak on it, because this is how the black woman feels. And you know, she's actually getting cursed out by other women of color. But at the end of the day, they all feel like this about Esau. Okay? Because you got to understand one thing about our women. Our women they're a bunch of hypocrites. Okay? They quick to condemn her for what she's doing, but these are the same women that basically they put their careers, they put the so-called white man over their own men. And you can look at videos, look at these celebrity talk shows, look at these reality shows like Basketball Wives, Atlanta Housewives, and look at how they deal with the so-called man of color. No respect. Okay, no respect, no honor. Okay, they don't listen. It's always a combative type thing, going back and forth. Well, your opinion don't matter, my opinion X, Y, and Z. But the fact that this woman bowed down to a man that's lesser than a man. This guy is nothing but a fucking dog. He's a peasant. Okay, and it's a sad thing to see our people in this type of situation, but we understand this is a huge case of Stockholm Syndrome. You know, a huge case of Stockholm Syndrome, if I may add. Okay, because I mean, clearly, she just totally made you women of our nation look completely worse. And like I said, this is how they all feel about Esau. Esau was a god to them, whether they admit it or not. Just look at the different dynamic they had with you and him. It's night and day. Your woman that you deal with at the home, trust me, she talks to her boss totally different than she deals with you. With you, she challenges everything you say and you do and you ask. With him, she's just gonna do it. You know, and it's two different counters. She's completely happy when she goes to work. She's completely subservient. And when she come home to you, that's when you get the attitude, you get the stresses from work, you get all the baggage, you get all the bullshit. When she goes to work, she fakes it. Oh, I'm happy, I love it here. And at times, you know, she take it out on you when you get to the house. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. There's not going to be anything about any particular households or anything like that. But we just showing you how our women are just totally gone. And this is why I could say a good deal of women of color in this society is going to be completely wiped out. I see why the Most High is going to take out the majority of our women. It just is inevitable, and you can feel it. You can feel it coming on the horizon. Okay, so I'm gonna read some of these comments, and we're gonna get a couple of precepts. Not a deep lesson at all. It's pretty self-explanatory. But it says here, this was painful to watch. It literally hurt. It would be interesting to see how she feels when she watches this vomit-inducing cringe fest. She probably loves it. She probably gets off on it, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure she know how foolish she's being, but when it comes to Esau, that's their God. That's their God, no matter what. That's God because in their mindset, he's Jesus Christ. He's the Most High. Okay, he's Captain America. He's James Bond. He's the savior. He owns the banks. He got the major companies. He drives the best cars. He lives in the best neighborhoods. It's a power thing because you got to understand women are hypergamous by nature. Okay, they always attempt to go with who they think are the high value men in society, which the most high value men in society are actually the lower value men. Okay, it's a perception and an image that these men are portraying due to society putting them up on a pedestal, showing you a high value man is a man that's soft, that's feminine, that embraces women all the time, that simps. That's a high value man in this society. Okay, like King Charles. I'm not gonna call him that. He's not a king. But he's considered a high-value man, but he's nothing but a damn devil in the sight of Yahweh Shimi Hawashai, a peasant. You see, but he's extolled because they are in rulership now. Okay, the Lord gave them this rulership for a temporary time to rule the earth and to destroy it. That's why the scripture said that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Okay, it says, so embarrassing. Some people would do anything to look stupid. That like, yes, my master, I'm here to save you. What? It says, this is the most disgusting thing I've seen recently. How could this woman crawl on her knees for Charles? And people down there are insane. And if you look at the so-called white woman, they're just looking at her like, what the hell wrong with this woman? But this is how you Keishas or you women of color look to the so-called white man in the women. When you bad wenching, because see, the white woman, she's not stupid. She studies you. She studies your nature. She sees how combative and hateful you are to your own people. But when you go into the places of employment, she see how you monkey branches. She see how you simp, how you basically brown nosing. They see it. They see it. They see the way you try to dress like them. They see the way you try to talk like them. The verbiage, the career choice. They see it all. And then they looking like, well, shit. They don't want the black man. The black men are kings. Fuck it. They don't want our men. They don't want their men. Shit, we'll take them. And that's how the white woman look at Jake. But even not all Jakes are even high-value men. Most of them are not high-value men. Because the real high-value men in the society are really the men of the Lord. It's the prophets, man. The men after Yahweh Shai's own mindset. Those are the real high-value men. And as time progresses, people are going to start to realize, like, well, damn, these are the men we should have been learning from and seeking after this whole time. Yeah, we on bottom now. We're not being propagated now because the message we come with is contrary to the world, but that's fixing to change here in a little bit. Just be patient, and I love seeing us it's just like, back in 98 when we were down by Utah Jazz, Chicago Bulls. I like being down. You know why? Because when we come up, that's gonna shock everybody, man. Bro, it's always it's just inevitable. I just sit back and I watch. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll take the L now, but when we come up, man, it's gonna be crazy, bro. The Lord said I would do a work so magnificent in our day that you won't even believe it, though it be told to you, man. Look, man, the Most High is getting ready to pick us up, man. He's getting ready to make us something, man. We don't even realize what the Lord got in store for us, brothers. That's why, man, let this shit happen. When you look at it, it's quite sad. I'm not even mad at it. It's just sad, because you live life, you experience it in different ways, even though, you don't always see this, but you see it in other ways. And, you live life and you see the way that these people are maneuvering. It's like, oh, wow, like it's a sad thing. And the only thing you can do is just sit back and be like, hey, well, hey, how about you, Hawashai? This is your program. You can't change anything. So that's what it is. But she says, I have no words. Well, none can tell. It says, well, none that can be said without this posting be flagged by consistent department. It says, notice how Charles keep his hands on her shoulders as to keep her down instead of helping her up. This woman is such an embarrassment to all women. She is a fucking embarrassment. Okay? It says, don't bring Charles into this. He's a king. I disagree. He's not a king. He's a peasant. We're going to get the scriptures on that. But anyway, yep, it's just sickening watching this. But this is the precepts because, matter of fact, if you look up this, let's look something up real quick. Black feminism. These girls, facts about slavery. Let's see if we can find something. Black feminist therapist fired. See this woman. Get that off. This woman is a danger to black women. And usually you got women like this. You have a group of women, a bunch of feminists that come together, that hate men, they're disgruntled, you know, and they have nobody. They come together and then, you know, and to be the older women be to blame for it because they don't teach the younger women. But instead they destroy them. They don't teach them anything. You know, they come together and they put all this toxic ideas in each other's mindset, and it keeps the ones that's trying to get out of it in a deplorable state of mindset. So therefore, they all become toxic. Now they all part of this group, this sister group or whatever, and then, you know, they just sitting back all mad. They hate men. They blame men for the reasons why they in the situations they in. But you didn't ever take the advice from the beginning. You didn't ever listen to the man. So how can you be mad? And then you get up with a bunch of disgruntled women, you know, that's out here thinking they're doing big moves and they're just sitting back looking stupid. You know, and you want to blame everybody else when you in your 60s and you single and nobody wants to deal with you anymore. Or if people do deal with you, it's just the fuck. Okay, so it's all backwards, man. You know, let's see, black men versus black women. Because it's a battle with the sex right now, and Esau is behind that. You brothers can look it up, man. Let's see this. Black women whips black men. Let's see this.
Baby, I can go date an Indian, a Hispanic, a white man. Y'all not the only options out here who think y'all doing well for yourself, and that's the problem.
You know what's the problem with
y'all done put yourselves on a pedestal when it comes to black women, and y'all need to bring it on down because we have gotten to start dating outside our race, okay?
That's true.
And finding a white man,
We lost her, guys. We lost her. We lost her to Waldo. That's another good one.
Baby, I can go date.
But you see the difference of the attitude. You see that how she talks about her men. She's proud. She's haughty. She's neck bobbing. You know, she's talking down on Jake. But look at the.
I still
Hold up. But look at the total different reaction. Where the fuck is the video at? Oh shit. Anyway, the brother actually did a video on it. She been on her knees and crawled to this man. And they think they're shaming black men by doing this. I mean, you know, you got some women that would do that deliberately just to piss us off, but it don't work, man. I mean, do what you do. You know, it's just that's a destruction on your soul. But you see that Jake woman that was talking all that nonsense, you think if she was before this man, you think she'll have that attitude? Hell no. All right, so this is and it's part of the curses though, but this is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 56. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which will not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes should be evil towards the husband of our bosom, and towards our son, and towards our daughter. It says our eyes should be evil towards our men, okay? So, I mean, that's what's expected. The Most High took the woman from us in his captivity, you know, but it's still a repercussion for that because they got to pay for their actions. Because of what the woman don't understand is that Esau, Edom, is getting ready to turn his back on them because he doesn't care about the black women. He doesn't care about the women of our nation. He's conquered them already. So in his mind, he's like, look, I just used you to weaponize. I just weaponized you. I just basically stripped you of your protection. So when I come in, you have nobody. So you play right into the serpent's venom. You play right into his hand. He's basically disarmed you. He's took your protection away, destroyed your family, destroyed the morals. Now, the only thing you have is a career and a job, or to say you have a credential on a resume, and to put on some type of three-piece suit for an interview to sound articulate. You don't have nothing outside. You have men, okay? You don't have real men. You have a bunch of simps, a bunch of men that's going to give you the rite of passage to continue to live the way. Well, you know, that woman need to live. Let her live. That's a destructive behavior. That's a destructive mind. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be order. Okay, you're supposed to put your woman in order. You're supposed to dictate how she moves in the world because that's a reflection on you. And on top of that, it can destroy her and everything around. That's why we push order in our households. For those of you that didn't know that and thinking that we're just coming off as being just aggressive, no, we're pushing order because that's how it's supposed to be. Because now when a siege comes, you have no protection. You can't run back to the men that you've played or that you've disrespected over a course of time. You can't run back to us. It's not going to happen. So now you have to take your chances on your own and do what you've been doing. Depend on your feminist friends to get you out of hell, because men like us, we're not turning back. It's too late at this point, you know, and you have some exceptions to the rule. But honestly speaking, now is the time to focus on the spirit of the Lord, bro, because it's getting bad out here real soon. All right. Let's get the book of Ecclesiastes here, 10th chapter. Okay. And this is the book of Ecclesiastes 10, and I'm going to start at verses 5. Matter of fact, let's start at 4. It says, "If the spirit of the ruler rise up against thee, leave not thy place, for yielding pacify great offenses." That's not one I want, but that's a good one, though, because we're not going to yield to this folly, to this madness. It says, "There's an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler." And who's in rulership right now? This damn devil. Okay, like that video, that was highly disrespectful. But it says, "Folly is set in great dignity," okay? Because folly is dignified here. The wrongdoing, like the scriptures say, woe to them that call evil good and good evil. You see, because what's being called good is actual evil, and what's being called evil is actual good. You see? And it says, "And the rich sit in low place." It says, "I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking in service upon the earth." Now, you look up the statue of Teddy Roosevelt. Matter of fact, let's get that. Statue Teddy Roosevelt. VL statue Native American and black man. Let's see what said. Oops. Yep. You see this? This is a perfect fulfillment of that scripture, because this is Teddy Roosevelt on the horse, because a horse represents power, and you looking down. Now you have these two men at the right. You have the Judite and you have the Gadite. Okay, the so-called black man and the Native American men. Both are Israelites, right? So look, check this out. This is what the Bible says, just to prove it. It says, "I've seen servants upon horses," because Esau was a servant. Like when you go into the word Bauer means peasant. Okay, and that was the original name of the Rothschilds before they changed their name to Rothschild or Rothschild, which means red. Okay, the top banking family of the planet Earth, the wicked. Okay, the top family of the planet Earth, the Rothschilds, their name used to be called Bauer, okay, which means peasant. In fact, who were the Charles of England, the Queen of England, Henry, all these guys, they pretty much come as lesser luminaries under the Rothschild dynasty, the Rockefeller dynasty, which is the American equivalent of the Rothschilds, okay? They come under these men. So if the Rothschilds are nothing but mere peasants, what you think Charles is? And I refuse to call him king, because he's not a fucking king. Okay, I mean, okay, you can say he's a king in right as far as his position in the earth and rulership, but he's not inherently a king. He's a slave. Esau is meant to be a servant. And you can read about that in Genesis, the 25th chapter. Okay, but look at that statue. And it says, "I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking in service upon the earth." Okay, and that's the point. We are the princes, but we're walking as servants. You see how they kneeling down at his side? Those are the princes by his side. These are the tribes of Israel. But yet you got this demon, this peasant that's upon a horse. Okay, and that's by chance, because the Lord said that the Lord give it to whoever the bases of men. So it's just a matter of time. But you Edomites, you're going to pay for everything that has went wrong in our lives. You're going to pay for everything that have been inherently wrong on the planet Earth. You're going to pay for it, man. You got a heavy tab to pay, and you don't have what it takes to pay it, man. You don't. You know, but you're going to pay it. All right. Going back to the Gardanian pact, Genesis 3. And I'm going to start at verses Genesis 3. And I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast in the field, which the Lord Yahweh, which Yahweh powers have made. Now the serpent is a man, okay? It's the spirit of Esau. The serpent is a man. The beast of the field and other nations. It says, and yea, he said unto the woman, yea, have the power, said, ye should not eat of every tree of the garden. And those trees are those different philosophies, those beliefs, etc. You notice like when you around people, how they adopt your beliefs, but then when you depart, they back into whatever folly they was in. This is what to look at it. It says, and a woman said it to the serpent, because Eve was already taught the way of righteousness through Adam. Okay. She knew the way. And it says, and a woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, which shows that the woman was always wicked. She was created to be pretty much in error, because she had the ways and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh shine through Adam, but she still found another path. She still found the way to get from under her man. And it starts here. It says, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the power said, ye should not eat of it, neither should ye touch it, lest ye die. And she knew that. Okay, she knew it. She was told not to eat it. It was like, look, this is we're not gonna do it. She knew it. But it says, and the serpent said it to the woman, ye should not surely die. For the power doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes should be open, and ye should be as powers or gods, and knowing good and evil. And when a woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she always wanted to have that lordship over Adam. She always wanted to have that hierarchy over him. This is why you have what they call polyamorous or polyandry, when you have a bunch of men dating one woman. Basically, it's whoredom. It's basically her being a whore. But that's the thing now, because I was listening to this video. It was two niggas that was running alleged train on a woman, or they could have been in a polyamorous relationship. Who knows? But one nigga shot the other nigga after they got finished having sex with the one woman. You see, it doesn't work. Somebody's bound to get jealous of who pop her the best, and then, all of a sudden a murder is committed, which shows you that you women, you don't need to be in any type of decision-making power, because you create ruinous choices. Yeah, it may feel good for the short term. It may look good. It may give you some instant gratification or some confirmation or some instant confidence. But the long-term effect is like, damn, I should have listened. But, the Lord is so cold, because he's setting everything up to fall. He's setting everything up. Everything is being set up perfectly, so the big I told you so can come. Don't worry, brothers. We're going to be the ones that's in the laughing seat at the end of the day. I can foresee that. And no matter how much these people come against us, Esau, Jake, brothers, we going to win. We're on the winning team. It may not seem like it now, but we're on the winning team, because we're getting better while this world is dying and waxing worse. All right. But it says, she took the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and did eat. Okay. And that's the point. But she took the Gardanian pact, as we like to affectionately say, the Gardanian pact. Okay. One last precept to show you the fate of women going over to Esau's way and believing in the so-called white man, believing he's God. Okay, because the scriptures say that the Egyptians are men and not gods. But she's kneeling on her. She's bowing on her knees like she's praying to Yahweh Shai. Because the scriptures say every knee should bow at Yahweh Shai's presence. But she's literally fucking crawling on her knees to get to a man that don't even acknowledge her, nor care for her even Billy. He don't even care for her. He's looking like, what this nigga wench doing? But anyway, Jeremiah 4:30, and I can't wait till this prophecy really fulfills itself on this side. You're going to realize that all the goodies that you were given, the opportunity you were given, the liberty you were given, it was all to weaponize you, to strip you of your protection. Okay? Because you can't do nothing without it. I don't give a fuck what any of you women say. I guarantee you, you put one man in the middle of a room, I guarantee he can take out 15 of you women easily. Easy. Just one hit up here, and he can take you out and easy. I don't give a damn if you are strong. You eat your vegetables. You got guns. One man can take out a group of women, easy. So you can't do anything. This whole world was created by men. You can't do. Your jobs were created by men. Your opportunity was created by men. Your vehicles were created by men. Okay. So if we become extinct, then what are you gonna do? Just say if every Negro, Latino, Native American man was extinct, then what you black women gonna do? You're gonna die off. Okay, you're gonna die off eventually, and before you know it, there will be no more Israelites left. You'll die off completely. So Think about that. But it says, when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothe thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, through thy riddest thy face with paintings, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair, and thy lovers will despise thee, and they will seek thy life. We're coming into them times, brothers. They're getting ready to seek the life of you women, man. You women are getting ready to catch all types of hell. Okay, when this next lockdown comes, Lord's will it comes, and things really go to hell, you have a laundry list of men waiting to get at you. You may don't believe it, you may don't care. You got men in jail behind shit like this, but you got a laundry list of men that just waiting to have your head, man. I mean, to the point it's gonna be like Reservoir Dogs. I mean, men are gonna literally band up and team up just to come get you. Especially out in Chicago, when they pass these particular laws that that cash bail bond thing that they talking about on the 1st of January. Oh man, you gotta believe over a course of time, not saying that particular day, but over a course of time, a lot of you gonna start coming up in Lake Michigan. A lot of you they're gonna find a lot of bodies at the bottom of Lake Michigan or at the bottom of the Calumet River. A lot of you gonna be literally cut up and put in cars and stuffed in boxes, man. We're coming into them times because you women have a lot of blood on your hands, and the Lord is at the time he's getting ready to open up on you. Okay, and there ain't nothing that nobody can do to save you or get you out of your situation. Because once the Most High got your ass, that's it. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and blah, blah, blah.